and welcome to Shadow of the Week, a new project that I'm starting on TikTok to share a different shadow card every week in order to help people become aware of their own shadows, be able to overcome these mistakes that we've made and able to heal and receive a new future for each and every one of us. Just before we start, just to outline and remind you, a shadow is a belief system or about ourselves which we have held deep within us and we have either denied, judged or repressed in some way. Because we deny, judge or repress these shadows, it's very difficult for us to be aware that we're holding these beliefs. And so using these cards is an amazing way of revealing the shadows. So without further ado, let's have a look and see what today's shadow is going to be. Today's shadow is the cheat shadow. When we hold the cheat shadow, part of us believes that we cannot win by using the normal rules or tools that we're given by society to achieve the goals that we have been set. Because we believe the universe is stacked against us, the rules are held against us, we have no way of winning unless we denigrate ourselves by cheating. Cheating is a way of bypassing the rules of society to get what we want, regardless of the pain or unpleasantness or suffering that it causes other people. The cheat feels justified because there's no other way for them to get what they need. When we hold the cheat shadow, sometimes we will repress it and we will compensate for it by being very kind, very giving and almost honest to a fault. Other times we can hide from the cheat shadow until moments where we become desperate. And in those moments, we will sell ourselves out in order to achieve any goal that we need to achieve. Quite often, we will deny the cheat shadow, which means that we won't see it in ourselves, but we will have a blind side, which allows people with the cheat shadow to come into our lives and then steal or cheat from us in some way. To recognize the cheat shadow and the guilt that it carries inside of us allows us to release the compensations that make us vulnerable to other people with the cheat shadow. As we turn any part of ourselves that doesn't believe we are genuinely worthy and deserving of the things we have in our life, or that we cannot achieve the goals by following the right path, we allow ourselves the freedom to explore life in a safe and beautiful way. So I hope you enjoyed today's shadow, and please come back again soon for the next shadow of the week. Thank you and goodbye. Hello everyone, and apologising for not being able to do a video sooner. There's been some technical issues here at Ravinia House. So welcome again though to today's shadow of the week. So today's shadow is the judge shadow. When we hold the judge shadow, part of us is judging ourselves and others in an unfair and cruel manner. The judge looks guilty at everything. There is no forgiveness. There is no kindness or understanding with the judge. Just sees everything as a black and white. It's your fault. You're guilty. You're to blame. Now, often the judge shadow, as it is an unacceptable shadow to show outside of ourselves, we often internalize it. And the judgments that we place on ourselves is a key place to look at where the judge may be residing. So it's important with the judge shadow that we check in on ourselves, and see about our internal dialogue. How are we relating to ourselves? How are we comparing ourselves to other people? If we resonate with the judge shadow, then those comparisons and those feelings will not be best placed. They will come from a well of darkness within us that actually holds pain. If we can find that pain within us and heal it, we can release the vulnerability that the judge brings. And that way we can become free to be our true selves, and not find ourselves held back by our own judgments. So recognize the judge shadow and send kindness and love to this part of yourself. Accept radically who you are. Any judgment is purely a perspective, a point of view in a moment of time. That judgment, that perspective will be part of the universe's endless series of changes. And so it's not worth hanging on to any of these judgments or feelings that the judge shadow within us can bring. Allow yourself to release these judgments, knowing that as we change and grow and evolve always and eternally in life, we're moving closer and closer to God. Allow yourself to embrace this, and the judge shadow gently releases, allowing all of these beautiful intellectual powers of discernment, of judgment in a positive and empowering way can flow into your personality and become reharmonized and integrated as part of your conscious self. I hope you enjoyed today's shadow, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Hello everyone. Today's shadow of the week is the fighter. So the fighter shadow is someone who believes they're backed into a corner. It sits on our fight or flight response, and we will often find ourselves feeling like we have no other way out other than to fight. The fighter says that no one's got our back, that we're on our own, there's nowhere to run, and so all we can do is fight. Unfortunately, this fight is often exhausting. And so with the fighter shadow inside of us, the idea of having to fight for anything that we want can be incredibly demotivating. It can leave us feeling exhausted and powerless. Sometimes with the fighter shadow, we end up fighting the wrong battle. We see that there's a threat where there isn't one. We perceive danger where it doesn't exist. And so we end up fighting shadows, which never gets us anywhere and leads us again deeper into these feelings of exhaustion and depression. When we have the fighter shadow, often this is the way that we approach ourselves. We try and get ourselves motivated through aggressive thoughts or through trying to bully ourselves or beat ourselves into action, or we use fear in order to try and motivate ourselves. Again, this doesn't work and leads us often into feeling thoughts of failure when our energy level doesn't support the action that we've chosen to take. The fighter shadow also can lead us into situations where we find ourselves with people who have conflict or authority issues. These people will always find a reason to complain, to argue, and to fight with us. If we have the fighter shadow, often we end up getting trapped in a belief that we have no other way of responding to this person other than fighting. If we get trapped in a relationship like this, it can often lead to lots of codependent behavior that's very negative, again leading to those feelings of being isolated and withdrawn. The fighter blocks partnership because it doesn't allow anyone to be on our side. It puts everybody on the opposite side of our own story, and so we're left on our own fighting and fighting. To release the fighter shadow, we have to recognize this part of ourself is scared and feels vulnerable. It's looking for a way of defending a part of ourself from what it perceives as a threat in the outside world. We need to be the magical fairy godmother or godfather that can give this part of ourself safety. As it has safety, it come back out from the corner and allow you to take part fully in the world, experiencing everything with a sense of safety, and therefore allowing feelings of excitement, engagement, and motivation to flow into your life. If you want any more information about the fighter shadow, please, I'll put my email address on the comments, and I'm offering shadow readings for anyone that would like one. Please also get in touch. They're very fabulous and powerful. Thank you all for watching. See you soon. Bye.